Did you know that the Witch of Endor is one of the few figures in the Bible who is said to have summoned a spirit from the dead, and this story has fascinated scholars and theologians for centuries? The story of the Witch of Endor is a fascinating one, taking place in the ancient world, a time when the lines between the spiritual and the physical were often blurred. In 1 Samuel 28, we find King Saul, desperate for guidance, seeking out the services of a medium, specifically the Witch of Endor. His desperation stemmed from the fact that God had stopped communicating with him through dreams or the Urim and Thummim. Consulting a medium was strictly prohibited in the Israelite law, as it was seen as a form of necromancy, which involved communicating with the dead. Yet, Saul, feeling abandoned by God, felt compelled to seek help from a source that was not only forbidden but also considered abhorrent. This decision would have significant moral and spiritual implications, reflecting the tension between Saul's desperation and the clear prohibition against such practices. The act of consulting the Witch of Endor put Saul in a difficult spiritual position, essentially choosing a path that was contrary to his faith. This was not just about seeking guidance but also about the method through which he sought it. By turning to a medium, Saul was, in a way, acknowledging the limitations of his faith, or at least his perception of it. The situation highlights the complexities of faith and the human tendency to seek quick fixes or answers, even if they come from sources that contradict our beliefs. The cultural and historical background of necromancy in ancient times provides a rich context for understanding the encounter between Saul, the witch, and Samuel's spirit. Necromancy, or the practice of communicating with the dead, was a widespread belief in many ancient cultures, often seen as a way to gain knowledge or insight into the future. The Bible, however, strictly forbids such practices, viewing them as a form of rebellion against God. In the case of the Witch of Endor, her role as a medium was likely seen as a way to access knowledge or power beyond the ordinary. When Saul approached her, requesting that she summon the spirit of Samuel, he was essentially asking her to perform an act that was both culturally understood and religiously condemned. The details of the encounter are shrouded in mystery, but it's clear that something extraordinary happened, as Samuel's spirit did indeed appear. The dramatic moment when Samuel appears is pivotal. Samuel shared a message that was both condemning and sorrowful, essentially telling Saul that his fate was sealed due to his disobedience to God's commands. This revelation had a profound impact on Saul, filling him with fear and despair. The gravity of the situation cannot be overstated, as Saul's actions and decisions led him down a path from which there was no return. The appearance of Samuel and his message to Saul served as a stark reminder of the consequences of one's actions. Saul's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of desperation and the importance of remaining faithful, even in the face of uncertainty. The lessons learned from this story are timeless, offering insights into the human condition and our relationship with the divine. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the story of the Witch of Endor and what you think about Saul's desperate attempt to summon Samuel's spirit. Your perspectives are valuable, so please share them in the comments below. And if you're interested in more intriguing biblical tales, be sure to check out my other videos.